Hi everyone, a big warm welcome to today's Monday Market Update. My name's Sam, I'm the head analyst at CCI. I'm going to provide you with a short video outlining some high-level topics that we're seeing in the market right now. We also do a more advanced and in-depth video for our Mastermind clients. This one today I want to keep really short, sharp and sweet because we had a major event happen in crypto space. It often does just before we do these videos. But it was a bit of a interplay between CZ and Sam Bankman-Fried of FTX. And there are so many rumors and speculations swirling at the moment that ALAMEDA is essentially very tightly linked to FTX and SBF. They're very tightly linked in terms of their fortunes, and the rumors are that ALAMEDA has gone insolvent. I don't know how true those rumors are, but in many respects, it really doesn't matter. The market will react accordingly. And if there are rumors, there might be actually runs on certain tokens, certain exchanges. Same with where we saw with Celsius. They were denying things were happening. But regardless, people were afraid. They went to Celsius, they unstaked whatever they had on Celsius and also sold the Celsius token, which in turn created a bit of a doom loop where they couldn't stop. Celsius tried to buy their own token to keep it propped up, but they had a lot of leveraged loans outstanding. And again, it was a doom spiral. So we could see the same thing happen here to FTT, even if there are no truths to this rumor. They'll try and prop up their token price and try and assure the market that it's all fine. I haven't seen anything to that effect just yet, which is a little bit concerning itself. Doesn't matter. I think this is a really great learning experience. If you have any tokens on exchanges right now, especially FTX, get them off and into your cold storage wallet. We cover this extensively in our VIP course, how to manage your security. But as a general rule, if I even hear a whisper about this smoke, with this smoke, there is a little bit of fire inevitably in crypto. Even if it doesn't pan out to be exactly that way, I don't care. Be risk averse, abundance of caution, move it all off straight away from something like FTX. I know I did this morning with a bit of a short-term play I had on there. I just cut it, moved it off, don't care. I want to hedge myself the risk there. So what I'm looking at right now for those listening on the podcast as well is the FTX token, FTT. So very much like Celsius, this is the Cell token, but FTT for FTX as well. If you want to have another comparison on Binance, you have the BNB coin. So similar things like that. But FTT, I won't go into the weeds of the utility and whatnot, but slightly different to all those other tokens that I've just mentioned. Right now, it is looking like it is dropping beneath a crucial support level. And with a lot of, I don't even want to say FUD, but with a lot of those rumors swirling around, there is quite a bit of, well, I guess it is FUD, fear, uncertainty, and doubt within this market. And right now, it is teetering at, looking like it could teeter off $22 just here. And I might just go back out to the daily for a better view so you can all see. But you can tell by this level here at about $23, $22, if it really gets under this, and like it is now, it's trying to come up underneath it and hit this previous support as resistance. But finds that resistance there, it is a long way down. There is no support levels. Look, maybe until $12, it could get that way. I guess in these sort of moments, you have a lot of that panic selling that could hit the market. If you own a lot of FTT tokens, staking it somewhere, you can see a lot of people just selling it in a bit of a panic. But just wanted to show you this broadly. Since 2021, it has been in this sideways zone, this very slow crab sideways, made a new high, but then has been coming down back to, I think it's the 0.786 retracement level. So if it breaks this, things are going to get very dicey very quickly. And yeah, I know CZ said in a tweet, which is pretty open and pretty brazen, saying they don't want a repeat of Luna. So they've learned their lesson. They're hedging risk immediately. They're going to sell the equity that they had from the FTX, some of the equity rounds that they had, and also some of the token that they have as well. So that's pretty serious stuff. If we look at Solana, we know that ALAMEDA has a lot of investment in Solana, as well as FTX. They've got a personal stake in it, as well as Sam Bankman-Fried. He's spoken a lot about Solana. So if there is a big sell-off, and I could say there is or there won't be, I don't really, again, I'm not really saying there will or won't be, but rather I'm just putting in everyone's mind where the weakest links are, and you can hedge accordingly. If you're heavily into Solana and you think this is a really serious risk, why not hedge some of that risk? But Solana looked like it had bottomed here, coming back up to its, or coming back down rather to its 0.786, really hit it on its head there, and it's bounced pretty solidly off 30. Then it came up here, had the big sell-off, but this massive had a huge run this week. I think it was 26% up. There you go. But ran into the Fibonacci level here at $36. Then it had a real big sell-off back. Hasn't reacted just yet. It'll be very, very interesting over the next few hours and days whether this does get sold off just into this headwind. Yeah, Solana very tightly linked to everything that's going on in ALAMEDA and FTX. So just keep that in mind broadly. All right, let's flick on over to Bitcoin just quickly on the weekly. It's looking better and better to me. It's getting on top of that 21 moving average on the weekly, which I love to see. Also on the daily, it's looking better. Looks like it wants to run to maybe that 24,000. It's got legs here. We are really, really waiting for this blue line to hit, which is the economic data from the Federal Reserve. They look at the, I think it's the core inflation rate next week or this week coming. So keep an eye on that. We could be in for some turbulence, but the more resilient Bitcoin gets, the more bullish I will get. But there are certain levels that it really needs to hit, including on-chain data. I want to see the realized price get taken out, which it did over the weekend, 21,000, now ducked below it. But when it gets above it, generally it doesn't duck below it for too much longer after that, and it signals a bottom. So there are many, many indicators that we are looking at right now, and they're beginning to flip more and more in favor of the bulls. Doesn't mean we can't go lower and retest some of these $19,000, $18,000 levels. But so far, does look like the lows in June. Doesn't mean we can't make new lows, of course. Just everything that we're seeing is looking better and better. But of course, we're running into those headwinds from the Federal Reserve next week. But over time, market seems to be pricing in better and better and better. So we just had the weekly closes on Bitcoin as well as Ethereum, and they're all moving up quite nicely. Right now, Ethereum, it hasn't had that big drawdown that I thought it might have down to its buy zone. Doesn't mean it still can't, of course. But right now, it's really targeting that higher range. So you see here, the low here, about 888, but this nice movement up, these higher lows. Yeah, there's a low here, there's a high low there, these higher highs. So right now, we want to see this really move high and create a high for this trend to continue. What I love on the weekly, it's above that 21. RSI looked really, really good as well. And if we just flip back over to Bitcoin, just quickly, I want to show you how the RSI is shaping up, because like Ethereum, it looks like it's really trying to break that trend there. You can see peak, 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 and it looks like it wants to break out that line there is for no reason whatsoever. Same with Ethereum. If we just bring this up, looks like momentum really wants to return to the bulls and to the bears, to the bulls rather, not the bears. But we can see here it's really trying to push up. However, there are some headwinds coming for a lot of these cryptos after a few of these moves. So Alts have been moving quite aggressively, but they're all coming underneath a lot of the 200 daily moving averages, which will provide tremendous resistance. We see here on Ethereum, while it does look better on the longer term timeframes, which we do tend to focus on because of the longer term investing side of things, the 200 daily moving average will provide a significant amount of resistance here. Look, if it rips through it like butter, then we could really be moving into that Q4 alt season, which we have been hypothesizing around based on Ethereum Bitcoin. Now, I wanted to finish on this chart here. This is the total crypto market cap. We have been consolidating around about that $1 trillion level, very, very good level to hold, I think, psychologically for the market. We got as high as about 3 trillion, which is just incredible, really, in 2021. Right now, for me, this looks very, very nice for a rather large breakout. And by a large breakout, I mean over a longer term time frame, so over the next 6 months plus. But we see here looking very much like it has bottomed closer to the 0.786 and on top of that 200 moving average, which is what we want to see. Also a breakout on the RSI slowly. Again, this is the weekly chart, so it gives you more data, but we also want to wait for the end of this week that's just opened, because we just opened, we closed our last weekly candle on top of the 21 moving average. You see the blue line. And now we're looking like we are moving up. So very clear, we have confirmation on top of the 21. Looks like the market wants to move higher, so that's great. So then we look at the next major point of resistance, which is the range high here, about 1.1 trillion. So that means there's a bit of capital flood back in the market. Really as well is contingent on what's happening in the macro. But it does feel like we're approaching a point where a lot of the doom porn is really saturating everyone right now. Everyone's expecting lower. So the contrarian players are obviously on the cards when a lot of this bad stuff doesn't affect markets anymore. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this Monday market update. Have a great day. We'll catch up again on Wednesday for the altcoin Bible. Bye.